What's the worst thing that happened on your birthday? And folks in the chat, you guys are more than welcome to pipe up and answer this question too. What's the worst thing that happened on your birthday? You can put your answers in the chat. I might read them off as we go. Okay, here we go. First one from a user by the name of We Merci. Sounds like Stephen Lacroix. Might not be. Definitely isn't. Anyway. We Merci says, my birthday landed in Thanksgiving that year, and so myself and my 2 kids went to the in-laws for dinner. All his side of the family, aunts, uncles, etc., I saw a birthday cake in the kitchen. I thought, wow, how nice of her, mother-in-law, to remember. After dinner, the cake was brought out with assorted pies, etc. The birthday song was sung, and at the name part, everyone seemed to say something different. Well, mother-in-law set that cake down in front of one of her nephews. My SO's cousin. Thanksgiving that year, I don't know what... Okay. I ran to the bathroom because I could feel the heat rising on my face. I cried so hard that I was afraid someone would hear me. The entire day and night, not one person said a word to me in regards to it being my birthday that very day. Ugh, phooey. The cousin's birthday was days away. That was my worst. Feeling like I was all alone in the middle of a crowd. Husband was a selfish dick. I'm divorced, of course. Oh, man. That's pretty terrible. That's pretty terrible. You go to someone's, relatives for your birthday, and then someone else is having a birthday. They totally forget your birthday. Like, isn't that awful? That's plain awful. I mean, I'd be pretty disappointed if someone, forgot my birthday. But my birthday is not really all that hard to remember. Anyway. Let's see. Let's get another one here. From a user named No Strings Attached. Let's see. Oh, no, that's not right. I was just replying to that there. This. All right, let's see if I can find one. Ah, here we go. One from a fellow by the name of Mr. Spindles. When I was married, my mother-in-law had the same birthday, so for every single year I was married, my birthday was basically forgotten, as she made a huge deal out of it. As a child, the worst was the year they forgot. I waited a week after my birthday before finally telling my dad, who bought me some Lego. Okay. That's still pretty bad. That's still pretty bad. Shut off the air conditioner. It's getting kind of chilly in here. That's still kind of bad. We're being completely honest. Oh my lord. I don't know if I should read this. Customer Greedy 1519. You have to scroll here for this. I had a birthday. I really wanted a hamster. My parents gave me 2 hamsters in a box. I opened it and saw that they were not moving. It turned out that when they were traveling in the car, they simply suffocated since it was very hot that day. Yikes! Oh my god, yikes. This was my only gift, so I was very sad and cried for half a day. Hang on, guys. Did Mom just text me in the middle of a stream? If she did, she did. Mom! God, Mom. I keep telling her, don't call me, don't text me. While I'm in the middle of a stream, she does it anyway. Some people just never listen. Okay. That's pretty effed up. That's pretty effed up, not gonna lie. That's bad. That's really... nobody wants to get a dead pet as a birthday gift. Am I right? I should be right. Oh, there she is again. You know, if mom calls me, I'll tell you what, if mom, by some miracle, decides to call me, I'm probably going to put her on speaker and put her on live. I'm just like, Mom, you're not supposed to. I keep telling you, don't do this in the middle of the stream. Don't do this while I'm streaming. She just doesn't listen. All right, let's try again here. Let's go to another one here. A guy died on my international flight 2 seats away. This is from BW Bandy. Then a wheel fell off my domestic flight. Then I set my house on fire. All on my birthday, the same one. Highly memorable. Yikes. Very unfortunate timing. Very unfortunate timing. Actually, let me just do this real quick. Let me do this real quick. Let's do this. We'll do... We'll pin this. Okay. There we go. Question of the night. What's the worst thing that happened on your birthday? You can answer that if you want to. Let's go back over here. From Candle Wax Fashion. My ex-husband's best friend randomly decided to come visit family. Try that again. My ex-husband's best friend randomly decided to come visit finally after who knows how many years. Hey, what's happening next week? I'd like to come visit. After who knows how many false alarms of visiting and cancellations. Of course, being the selfless person I am, knowing that my ex-husband wanted to see him for so many years, I didn't object, but was still miffed he would just toss me aside, which was something that happened on a regular. What a fool I was. My ex-husband totally just deleted my birthday in his mind. They went to Walmart the night before my birthday and bought some stupid, totally unthoughtful crap for me. A picture frame, a frying pan, and a spice rack. Hold on. Let me go ahead and quickly change this over to just chatting. I forgot to change the thing here. There we go. Okay. Then when I woke up that morning and they were both hungover and oversleeping on my birthday when they finally woke up, 3 p.m.-ish, and I was upset because I was being ignored on my birthday. I tried to speak to him about how I was feeling. He called me selfish, yelled, and screamed at me, so I left and took myself out to a movie. Then in the movie, I began to receive threatening text messages that if I didn't come home and apologize to his best friend for being rude, that he would divorce me. So I left my movie, drove home, and apologized to his best friend for being rude. Of course, they had no fault in being two drunk assholes treating me like trash on my birthday. Happy birthday, me. Then the next year, he tried to pull that shit again. And my ex-husband, who was my husband at the time, what's happening next week? He wants to come visit, like I didn't even exist again. Haha. Typically, we spent my birthdays just sitting at his parents' house, celebrating with them, where I pretty much didn't exist either. Super thoughtful guy. Man. That's effed up. Seriously. If you're gonna treat your lady right, come on. Treat your lady right. Come on, men. We men here, we gotta treat our ladies right. I'm not a freaking expert on, like, freaking relationships. Let me do this real quick. Okay, men, listen. If you have a significant other, girlfriend, wife, whatever, treat them right. Treat them with respect, okay? We don't have a lot of... there are very decent men in this world who will treat their ladies with the utmost respect. But there are just some people, there are some men who really don't realize how well they have it. Okay? Treat your lady right. Show them some respect. Show them some chivalry. They'll thank you for it later. Trust me. Or don't. Doesn't matter. Anyway. My little PSA for the day. All right. Let's see. What's next? Here we go. Throw one away, 9932S. Told this story before, I think, but we were moving between two houses in different cities 2 hours apart. My parents got up in the morning and packed everything up and left. Me behind. Youngest of 5, so not like they forgot they had kids or something. Spent the day alone with nothing but a phone book to entertain myself. They ended up picking me up after dark, pretended nothing had happened, and we just went on with our lives. It's definitely the moment I realized I don't matter and no one cares about me, and my existence was purely as a scapegoat for my siblings and parents. Kind of took that on as my personality, and now working on having any self-worth. Man. That's... I mean, I've already said it before, but it's pretty rough when something like that happens, especially to someone, like to the youngest, like, or like you're only, like, you know, the oldest or the youngest. Sometimes I feel that way, but I'm not going to get into it. Not going to get into it. Let's see. Go over... I like this one. Hagala's drums. My parents called me to tell me my cousin, who was one of my best friends growing up, got arrested for trying to kidnap a teenager off the street. Holy shiitake mushrooms. Had some form of drug-induced psychotic break. Talk to your doctor before starting new meds or stopping old ones. Don't drink, smoke, or take anything else with new meds until you know how they affect you, even if that something else hasn't caused any issues before. If possible, let a family member, roommate, friend know that you're trying something new, just in case someone has to be there to talk to you, or call a helpline emergency services if necessary. I sometimes wonder if he hadn't been alone and someone had said, hey, you're acting strange, maybe don't drink a bunch and smoke a bunch and go for a drive, maybe he wouldn't be spending most of the rest of his life in jail. I have no words for that. I literally have no words for that. I'm just moving on. I'm just gonna move on. I have no horse in this race whatsoever. Sweaty Violinist 392. One year on my birthday, my friends organized a surprise party for me at my favorite restaurant. It was all going perfectly until the fire alarm went off just as we were about to dig into the birthday cake. We had to evacuate the building and stand outside in the rain for nearly an hour. Turns out it was a false alarm, but by the time we got back inside, the mood was pretty much ruined and the cake was soggy. To make matters worse, my phone got drenched and stopped working, and half the guests decided to leave early. It was definitely a birthday to remember, but not for the right reasons. Yikes. That's... Unfortunate circumstances. Unfortunate circumstances. Has anybody had, like, in the chat, those, if you guys are lurking or whatever, and you guys want to chime in on this, anybody in the chat here, has anything like this happened to you, like, where you're just enjoying, like, a birthday dinner or some kind of special dinner, and then all of a sudden the fire alarm goes off, and everything just goes to utter shite? Like, that's unfortunate. Okay. Here's another one from Emergency Panda Bear. Had to live with my dad for about 10 months when I was like 8, as my mom was in a car accident and rehabilitation. His girlfriend, who he lived with, who came into my life when I was 5 and a year after my parents split, was a massive bitch. I'm sorry, I had to say that. I apologize. I'm just reading this off. No filter. She booked a getaway trip to Lanzarote for them and had the day before she surprised my dad with it, specifically asked when my birthday was, and picked the time they were away so they weren't there for my birthday. I remember I got so excited to be able to join them, and she said, and I'm sure her grandparents can look after her when we are away. Dad, being a douche canoodle, believed her when she said she had no idea when my birthday was, and they couldn't transfer the tickets and hotel to a different day and would lose the cash if they didn't go. I had the same birthday as my granddad, and they made sure that week was amazing when I was there. Mom discharged herself before she should have and came home to care for me. I learned that as an adult, a couple of weeks after my granddad took a little drive and visited her to tell on his son. Granddad was a champ. I miss him. Oh. That's awfully nice. That's really awfully nice. Alrighty. Let's move on. Another one. We'll do a few more here. We'll go for at least another 7 or 8 minutes here. Then we'll play some Balatro to finish off. Let's see. Captain Valentine. This is way down the list. Very trivial in the grand scheme of things, but I thought it was funny. My folks were going to be in town. My sisters got time off so we could all go see my sisters play, hang out on my birthday, then go see me in a tournament. Then I got promoted. My company needed me to accrue some more hours before I got certified. So they denied a time off request. First time they were ever picky about requests. And so everyone was in town to celebrate my birthday except me. Oh, man. That's really bad. Like, really bad. Alright, let's see. What's next? What is next on this little list? Need to get a nice long one here. I found... Ooh. From Trey Jolie Suzanne. I found that I was getting cheated on my 17th. And then I found out I was getting cheated on by another guy, had $200 stolen from me, and got fired from my job on my 25th. Icing on the cake was that I was getting ready at my parents' house to go out, and my mother told me I had a terrible body because anything I wear tight makes me look like a prostitute, but anything baggy makes me look like a garbage bag. Nothing looks good on me because I have a terrible figure. Man, that's another thing I hate, is fat shaming. Fat shaming, body shaming, anything like that. You know, mothers are supposed to bring their children up, not drag them down, break them down like that. That's terrible. That's terrible. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry that happened to you. Whoever you are, I'm really sorry that happened to you. Let's see. Lucy Bird. My ex decided to pick a fight with me as soon as it was my birthday and never apologized to me. I went to bed crying and slept like shit. He proceeded to ignore me for some other girl as she was streaming on Twitch. He made a big fuss out of letting her know it was my birthday, yet still made no effort to apologize to me. We were meant to spend the day together as he said he would. He ended up working instead, and it wasn't until late my time that he was available to play COD Zombies with me. This was a long-distance relationship. To this day, I wonder what went through his head to think it was alright to be such a dick to me, and that's putting it lightly. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Do a couple more here. My ex-girlfriend's "you deserve better than her" friend was at my 21st birthday party, and when I basically was blackout and laying in my bed trying to go to sleep, just came in and effed me while I was like barely conscious. She not only bragged to my ex that I still like that she did it, she also gave me the clap. I barely remember it, but do remember having chlamydia. Yikes. These can get a little spicy here, I'm not gonna lie. These Ask Reddits can get a little spicy. From Cinnabon Butterfly 03. It was during the lockdown. We had a group video call and one of my friends just babbled for 2 hours about her boyfriend touching a female friend's hair, and we all consoled her. We met up at my house the next day, and she told us to take a lot of pictures of her so that she can put it up on her story and make it seem like she was having mad fun to make her boyfriend jealous. Later at night, my dad picked a fight with my mom and fought with her at the top of his lungs over dinner. I proceeded to lock myself up in my room and cried. Only came out once the voices died down, which was around 12 a.m. So overall, splendid day. Man, I was hoping for some funny answers here. This is sad. I'm seeing all these answers here, and I feel bad for everybody who had to put up with these things. I'm really sorry. I feel really bad. We'll do a couple more here. 18th birthday from Creative Red 4. 18th birthday. Started out waking up late and rushing to get ready to go into school. I had a little cactus on my bookshelf, and while I was rushing around, I guess I bumped into it, and my cactus fell. Instinctively, I went to catch it and got both hands full of spines and dirt all over the place. So I had to figure out how to get that cleaned up and all the spines out of my hands. Finally got to the school. I made it 2 class periods before I suddenly got dizzy and had a big fever. Turns out I was also very sick, and I ended up staying home for almost an entire week. And you know what? Honestly, it just set the tone for the rest of my adult life. My sister, we'll do one more here, and then we're going to go and play Cilantro here. My sister refused to take her children out to eat for the first few years, so my 23rd birthday, we ordered Olive Garden takeout. I don't particularly care for the salad, I always get the soup. Except, they forgot it. Family refuses to drive 2 miles to retrieve it. They did compensate by giving us a family-size order the next time. For my 24th, we ordered for Outback. My dad and I always split a side of mushrooms, which they forgot. They just credited us for said mushrooms. At 25, I insisted on pizza. No cake, no frills. Let's get this over with as soon as possible. Now I just turned 40 and no longer celebrate. Unlucky. Unlucky. All right, we're going to go ahead and call it there for the Reddit portion. Let me know what you think if I end up posting this. I might end up posting this on YouTube. I haven't posted anything on YouTube in a while here. So if you guys are into this sort of stuff and you want to see more of it, let me know down in the comments if I post it up on YouTube. I might just post it up on YouTube. We'll see. And we might do some more of this. Who knows?